Well, hello, friends. It's Pastor Ruben, excited to be back again, and excited to start a new series today that we're calling Just Curious. Now, what we're going to be doing is answering actual questions from kids in our church. I love questions. I've actually been collecting them for years. And over the years, I've sorted them into these two buckets, right? There's questions that are regular and extra spicy. So the regular questions are like the fun or the funny questions. They're like a lot of fun to answer. And the extra spicy, those are like the heavier ones, the deeper ones that take a little more time. All right, you ready to jump in? Okay, so let's start with regular. It says this: why are people not animals? So good, right? Okay, so in the beginning of the story, in the Hebrew scriptures, in Genesis chapter 1, we read that people are made in the image of God. This just means that we are to be reflecting his character into all of creation. So if you look at all creation, right? Check this out. You could see a flower. All right? There's a flower. A flower is a flower, and it can only be a flower. Now, if you look out somewhere else and you see a bird, you can see that bird there. A bird, but it's a bird. And a bird can only be a bird. But a person, well, a person is different. Why is it different? Well, as a person can act like a person. I can build a house or plant a garden, right? A person can also act like an animal. I can lash out. I can attack others or take things when I feel hungry or threatened. A person can also act, well, like God. A person can give or forgive. I can create. I can ask questions. I can wonder and grow. I can sacrifice and love others. As a person, you and I, we can act like the God who made us. Why? Because we were made in the image of God. Oh, that's just one question. Let's get to the extra spicy, shall we? This could be fun. All right. Here he goes. This is what this kid writes. He says, the Bible says Jesus is God's only son, but could he have another? I cannot tell you how much I love this question. I mean, it's open-minded. It's like a what-if question, and it opens you up to all kinds of interesting possibilities. So let's jump into it, shall we? Okay, so he's right? The Bible actually says in John chapter 3, Jesus is describing himself as God's one and only son, right? We also read in the Bible that Jesus has an earthly family, right? Mommy and a daddy. He also has like a whole bunch of brothers and sisters, right, in his family. Oh, little side note. One of his brothers, his name is James. We hear his stories too. In the beginning, he was like, I don't know about this Jesus guy. Is he really God's son? I mean, I grew up with him after all. But after a while of watching Jesus and his ministry, what he did, and his life, his death, his resurrection, James totally goes in on it. He's like, yeah, I'm all in. This guy is who he says he is, which I just think is a powerful testimony to who Jesus is and what he set out to do. So anyway, check this out. Here's where it gets interesting. This is Matthew chapter 12. Someone asked Jesus, hey, your mother and your brothers are outside and they want to talk to you. And Jesus answered, who is my mother and who are my brothers? Jesus pointed to all his disciples. And he said, here is my mother and here are my brothers. Anyone who does what my Father in heaven wants is my brother and sister and mother. Wait, so maybe the real question is, maybe are you Jesus' mother or brother? Because according to Jesus, anyone who gets in on the work that he's doing here in this world, these are my brothers and sisters. Oh, can you see how much comes from asking great questions? And we're just getting started, friends. I can't wait until next time. I'll be back to answer a fresh, regular and extra spicy question. It's going to be so much fun. So until then, stay curious and keep asking great questions.